Welcome back to the local W. This is attempt number 5 to make this video, but it's gonna be okay. The situation will handle itself. Hope you've been enjoying all the content here on the local W. If you want, more New York women's sports content, y'all know where to subscribe. Hit that button down there. With all that shenanigans being said, let's get to it. Game 1 of the WNBA Finals. I am not in the business of lying. I am not in the business of lying. There are certain ways that we lean, if you know what I mean. There are certain ways that we lean, but I'm here to not lie, but to just say how it is. Sometimes you just gotta say how it is, and at the expense of some dirty looks and not being invited to certain places. I ain't gonna lie, we got clapped. I'm just be honest with you. We got clapped. And like around halftime, I'm sitting here like, this series might be the most competitive thing I think I've ever seen. The first quarter, you're just seeing high-level basketball. It's not like the last few series. I can't speak to what Vegas has been doing because I've been covering the Liberty, so I can't speak to that. But the last 2 series for New York or whatever, it's been very physical. It's basically been multiple cage matches. It's like war games, you know what I mean? There's 2 cages put together. There's a lot of individuals in it, and they're just going for it. This is not the same thing. This is just high-level basketball. I'm talking about bomb three, a crazy one-handed reverse layup to individuals hitting shots on one leg. And I gotta say, normally the post game is very in-depth. It's very detailed where we're speaking on specific individuals where we'll say, oh, it was, this person game. It was a that person game, right? Last series we were really highlighting how amazing it was and how crucial it was when Rebecca Allen would play, right? We were trying to break it down like this. This video, I'm going to be honest, it is impossible for me to cover this blow by blow without slander. And I'm just being completely honest. I am not capable of doing so. So if this is your first post-game recap, I guarantee you normally they're more in-depth. I'm just using extreme self-control because I'm just not capable of not putting the sauce on things. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter if I love the team or not. When you're getting blown out on national TV by almost 30, it's very difficult for me to say positive things in the post-game video. But I just want to read you one statistic, and I just want to really just take a moment to just really think about what type of game we were watching come the fourth quarter. Because again, at halftime, I didn't even tweet like that because it was such a competitive game. I didn't want to miss anything. But then that Golden State switch came on, and it's just like, what even happened? Again, I'm not super familiar with Vegas. I've been covering the Liberty. Before the prior to them getting swept in the first round, I was covering the Dream. So, I don't know much about the Ace. I'm gonna be honest like that. I don't know much about the Aces. Obviously know who's on the team. I just don't know how they play. I don't pay attention. So this is my real first gander at what them at peak form looks like. Normally when it's playoff time, I'll be like, okay, Merc gang or no gang, let's see what Diana Taurasi's cooking. But as soon as they get eliminated, it's like, okay, well, I don't care, and I just stop watching. That's just how I am with all sports, regardless of the league. Once who I care about has been eliminated, I'm like that with reality TV. Once who I care about has been eliminated off the island or the show or kicked out the house, I don't watch the rest. So this is really the first time I've seen championship level Vegas basketball where I'm legitimately watching, and not just the highlights in the morning. So this was a complete surprise to me that the firepower was this level. Let me read you something and you tell me, what were the Liberty supposed to do? Jackie Young, 26 points, 5 for 8 for 3. Jesus! Kelsey Plum, also 26 points. 10 for 19 from the field. That is over 50%. And again, add the one disrespectful reverse layup with the entire team on your back. She played out of this world. Like, I knew she was good, but my God, Kelsey Plum. Chelsea Gray. 20 points. Okay. 6 rebounds. 9 assists. And 2 blocks. Miss Bag of Chips herself, Asia Wilson. Not just because she's on a bag of chips, but because she's all that and a bag of chips. Asia had 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 blocks. And she would have had more points had they had not froze her out the entire first quarter. I'm going to say it. Nobody wants to say it. Had she had not gotten froze out due to, I don't know, maybe individuals getting into like a hero ball bag. I don't know what to call it. Again, I'm not familiar with Vegas and how it is that they're supposed to play. I just know had that basically entire first half not happened, it would have been more. And there was some great defense on the part of New York as well to try and like limit her attempts and stuff. They were clogging up the paint. Excellent. Like, to a T, excellent. Let me see if I can find some stats from the Liberty. Because normally they'll like send us like a breakdown or whatever. Can we just have a moment? I don't know if I'm gonna get the channel taken down, but can we just this particular shot? Hold on. Wait, y'all. Watch this. I'm telling you, in the like first half, I legitimately thought this was gonna be like one of those like close bouts, or it was gonna go the other way, where we come back from halftime and the Liberty just like start blowing. You know what I mean? I thought the doors were getting. You feel me? So the fact that it turned into that, I've never been speechless watching a game before, but that was like, where did that come from? I mean, like, not duh, they're the defending champions, they're supposed to be good, but again, coming off of the series I've watched, and maybe that was the indicator. Maybe I'm just slow, and that was, not to be ableist, I'm sorry, but maybe that's the indicator I didn't predict and I didn't like look out for. The fact that the Liberty barely got here and like was like crawling out of series, barely surviving, and Vegas literally just like Texas two-stepped, no pun intended, through the competition and haven't lost a game yet. Maybe that should have been a sign to me that, this ain't gonna be milk and cookies. And I'm not saying it's over. I mean, obviously game 2's coming up Wednesday, I believe. We're gonna have more of a moment to sink our teeth into this matchup. No greater example is there than the last series that we just covered against Connecticut. Like, early signs would tell you that it was upset city, and then the Liberty just said, nope. You know what I mean? So we don't know what is going to be. We don't know what this is going to turn into. It's only game 1. I just really cannot hammer home enough how much I am legitimately speechless because I did not know Vegas was that good. Again, when you've been covering one team and you see total dominance and it looks like it's just not fair, and then you run up against this, it's like, oh my God, wow. Like just the talent. It is officially no surprise to me that the WNBA has been this top heavy the whole season. And it was basically, like we talked about in the last video, it was basically like one of 3. It was Connecticut, it was New York, it was Vegas. It was some combination of that. And I can see why. My God, they're good. They are really, really good. But on paper, we still have a super team. And while I do believe that you kind of have to give it up to chemistry. You know, talent is one thing, but chemistry is just a whole nother thing. And again, like, okay, you know, 3 number 1 picks, blah, blah, blah. But again, from just a chemistry aspect, you can't, when things go left, when things get shaky, like, again, how we saw in the first half of the game, individuals who have been together through the thick of it or whatever normally tend to come out the other side, especially after they've won a championship. But again, it's only game 1, so we can see how this works. Again, for me, I think this is one of the most important series in basketball history because I feel like this right now is going to put an end to so many different things. The idea that you can just form a super team and just go win immediately, this is going to be one of the deciding factors. You know, obviously not trying to take it over to the men's side or whatever, but it's just like, if you look at like the Miami Heat, it's like even they didn't get it done the first year, right? There's like that like oddball Celtics example, but it's just like this normally doesn't work. So if the Liberty are able to do it in the first, I mean, this is going to be a monumental moment in basketball history if the Liberty are able to pull this off. But then on the other hand, like, how good does that make Vegas if they pull this off? Like, again, it just depends on how it is you want to look at it to where it's like, what kind of statement is going to be made at the end of this series? It's either Vegas is that good, and then you add Candace Parker back, and it's like, Jesus Christ on ice, like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I just feel like there's two different sides here. There's two different sides here. God, can y'all imagine if Candace played? Can y'all imagine if Candace played to the, like, it's just, either way you slice it, we are in for a historic conclusion here where we're really going to have the conversation about basketball in general because it's getting ridiculous right now. I'm Sever the Bond. You're on the local W. You know, get your popcorn ready, get relaxed, because I have a theory we are in for a very long series. For a very long series. How we've seen when New York gets punched in the mouth, metaphorically, they tend to come back with fire. So don't just think that's it. You know, we coming back. We coming back. So, just don't think it's sweet. You know what I mean? Don't think it's sweet. They coming back angry. And an angry MVP, an angry Jonquel Jones, and angry Sabrina, and angry Courtney, angry Lainey, the squad. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And obviously, like, the depth of New York, too. Like, again, there's a million things we could talk about, but it's just like the depth of New York. I feel like that's going to come into play at some point. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a long series. That's all I'm saying. Let me know your thoughts down below. Again, we will do a more in-depth review of Game 2. I am just a little shell-shocked at what was that second half. But I will see y'all later. I need to do some research on Vegas to see what have they been doing over there this year, because the dominance on display is terrifying. Let me know your thoughts down below. You're on the local W. I'm Sever the Bond. This is a CM Punk shirt, ironically. Probably poorly timed to wear this, but I'll see y'all later.